The time now is
7:45.
The Time Check was brought to you by Seiko.
And welcome back to TVB News. The government is coming under growing pressure to provide more English medium special needs school places in Hong Kong. As Rani Samtani reports, many parents say the lack of educational support is so bad that they may have to leave the city.
Competition for school places in Hong Kong is tough.
Do the door, Kimberly. Turn it.
It's even tougher for special needs kids like 5-year-old Kimberly.
And look at the car now. See? Did you see him make the car go up?
That's right.
She's approximately 1.5 to 2 years behind academically. And it is well understood that if you are not academically okay, then it's very difficult to access the curriculum.
Kimberly's parents haven't been able to find her a Primary 1 school place, so they've enrolled her at a special training center. The government subsidizes 60 special schools that specialize in educating kids with varying learning disabilities. But they all teach in Chinese. Kimberly doesn't speak Chinese.
It's really...
It's almost impossible.
Yes.
I mean, you're trying to basically teach her basic alphabets at this point in time, let alone trying to teach her another language.
Characters.
International schools and the English Schools Foundation provide English medium support for special needs students. But the demand far exceeds the supply. According to ESF, the longest a child has waited for a place at its special school, the Jockey Club Sarah Rose School, is 9 years.
There certainly is a waiting list and a long waiting list. And I'd love to see every parent make sure that their child has a place within a school so that their needs are being met. But it doesn't fall on ESF to provide all that provision. I think that's something that the government, perhaps working with the government, might achieve, but there obviously is a need.
Kimberly's parents say they are running out of time and options. They submitted a petition to the Education Bureau signed by more than 2,000 parents calling for more special needs support.
The options would be, one is homeschooling. You keep her at a training center, or you basically have to leave Hong Kong to find other resources at another place. Many, many parents in Hong Kong face the same issues.
And we see the people around us all struggling, their own private struggles. So why not get together and be heard and do something about it?
In response, the Education Bureau said it doesn't have any data or statistics on the waiting time at ESF for international schools. It said it hopes to complete a study on the demand for special needs services at international schools later this year. Rani Samtani, TVB News.
To mark International Women's Day, a number of political parties urged the government to provide more childcare services. And Secretary for Labor and Welfare Matthew Leung promised new measures to help.
We are asking for more service providers. We need more space. We need more childcare centers. We need more school open to take care of primary school students, so women and working mothers can feel their child are safely taken care by school or by professionals, so they can take care of their child afterwards.
We will increase the number of extended hours service places from the current 1,200 to 6,200, fourfold increase in the next few years, a substantial increase. And also we'll be encouraging private corporations to provide on-site childcare places for their own staff. Also at the same time, we will launch a pilot program to train grandparents in the latest technique in childcare.
International Women's Day is a day for celebrating the contributions women make in society. While gender equality has improved over the years, there are certain industries in which women's roles are still underrepresented. Shoa Da Silva takes a look at one such industry here in Hong Kong.
In 1937, San Francisco-born Chinese woman 22-year-old Esther Ng directed her first feature film in Hong Kong, National Heroine. Surprised by how little was known about director Esther Ng, documentary filmmaker and scholar Louisa Wei made a movie about the pioneer that screened around the world over the last 2 years.
In general, Hong Kong films were not well documented, but Hong Kong film also has a very strong lineage or trajectory of women filmmakers. Since Esther Ng, and then there's always at least one major woman director in her time. And these women filmmakers achieved a lot, but most people didn't know this. The only woman filmmaker's name they could come up was An Hui.
University of Hong Kong professor Gina Marchetti had the same realization in her research, that there was a huge gap in local history books about women filmmakers.
Oftentimes, because they're behind the camera, people don't know about their work, but their vision as women does shape what you see on screen and what's available for people to understand about Hong Kong through a woman's perspective. And I think that's really important for everybody to know about.
So Marchetti launched a website this week highlighting active women filmmakers since 1997.
It's interesting to see these generational differences among the women and different opportunities that open up for women and the way in which the industry has changed in recent years.
With biographies, news and links to related information about women in film posted on the website, Marchetti hopes this will give people more insight into the contributions of women filmmakers, as well as encourage potential female talent to join the industry. João da Silva, TVB News.
So, Tony, tell us what happened in sports today.
Well, we got some boxing to talk about. If you're a boxing fan from Hong Kong, it's good news. Rek Cho is in line to become Hong Kong's next world champion. The 27-year-old will likely fight for the super flyweight title in July. Last night, our Jameson Wong was in Macau, where Cho moved a step closer to making Hong Kong boxing history.
It was a determined and focused Rek Cho in the ring Saturday night in Macau against Mike